Good evening, I'm Donna Bush with your CIG-TV News Brief and weather forecast. The latest press briefing brought together Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin and Minister of Health the Honourable Dwayne Seymour, along with Health City Cayman Islands and DART officials, as they announced the expansion of Health City services and newest location.
The government is pleased today to host this press conference to announce Health City's plans to move forward with the expansion of its facilities with the construction of a $100 million medical campus at Cayman Bay, an expansion that will boost our country's healthcare capacity and bring much needed specialized services closer to where people live and work. Never before has the importance of healthcare security been as obvious as it is right now. With the uncertainty that the global pandemic brings, it is more important than ever that we encourage healthcare projects that close healthcare gaps.
This means that no person would ever have to leave Cayman again for life-saving or life-altering procedures. This expansion project brings us much closer to making that a reality. As Minister, I have pushed for collaboration between the HSA and Health City. Both understand how they can complement versus compete. And I am pleased to see the growth and development of this relationship.
Within the next few months, we will launch one of the most advanced cancer centers in the Western Hemisphere. This facility will have the latest and most advanced linear accelerators for radiotherapy, CT scans, MRIs, and the surgical robots. We will start a state-of-the-art facility for bone marrow transplant.
DART and Health City share a belief in the importance of planning in the long term and investing in ways that improve the lives of current and future generations.
The 70,000 square foot purpose-built state-of-the-art medical campus expansion will be built to the south of the recently expanded Cayman International School at Cayman Bay at the intersection of the Easterly Tibbetts Highway and the new airport connector road. We have created substantial economic impact to the country through our medical tourism activities based on treating patients from the US, Canada, the wider Caribbean, and Central America.
The new campus at Cayman Bay will also be home to state-of-the-art maternity services and a neonatal intensive care unit, meaning far fewer Cayman babies will have to travel overseas for life-saving medical care. A facility close to Georgetown and the Cayman's other hospitals will greatly improve the outcome for any newborn needing medical care.
And you can watch the entire press briefing online on CIG Television or our YouTube channel on youtube.com/CIG Television. Well, the National Arts and Culture Awards were held on Thursday night at the Hartwell Theatre, all part of the annual National Festival of the Arts and Culture series of activities. The award recognizes those in our community who maintain, support, and are an instrumental part of our culture and heritage. Throughout the evening, various awards are given, including the Gold Star for Creativity, the Gold Heritage Cross, the Silver Star for Creativity, the Certificate Heritage Cross, and the Chairman's Award. The next event on the calendar is Dress for Culture Day on February 26th. That will be followed by Red Sky at Night Arts Fair on the 27th of February. Now, to see the full calendar and get details, you can go online to cncf@artscayman.org. Well, last week, students of Georgetown Primary School's Hibiscus, Shamrock, and Xenia houses engaged in friendly competition to determine the winner of the school's annual sports day. At the end of day 2 of the event held at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex, Xenia House placed first with 1,002 points, while Hibiscus and Shamrock houses placed second and third with 914 and 861 points, respectively. Ministry of Sports, Education, Youth, Agriculture and Lands Acting Deputy Chief Officer Mark Ray delivered greetings and declared the event open, while parents, teachers, and other supporters joined Parliamentary Secretaries Barbara Connolly and David White in cheering on the young athletes. Turning now to our Friday forecast, the high temperature reached 84 degrees, the low 74. We can expect partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 40% chance of showers. Winds are from the southeast at 5 to 10 knots today, east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots this evening, backing to the north to northeast 5 to 10 knots from late tonight, increasing to 10 to 15 knots by early tomorrow morning. Now, seas are slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet today, slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet tonight. Now, the synopsis call for isolated showers, which along with light southeasterly winds and seas which are expected today as a cold front moves over the southeast Gulf of Mexico. Light to moderate north to northeast winds and seas are expected from late tonight as the front is expected to move over the extreme northwest Caribbean. Radar images show isolated showers that are in and around the Cayman Islands area moving towards the northwest. Remember, you can get the Weather Services app, CINWS, on your mobile device, or you can also go to their website, which is weather.gov.ky, for the latest local weather forecasts. And that's it for today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, as always, inviting you to join us again on Monday. Until then, have a wonderful weekend.
The Esterly Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.
I'm Jody Ann Fowry. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.